salig ang batas. Anything less than that is a violation of that provision. Kaya po, ganito po ang pagdinig natin, kailangang magpakaingat tayo. Tanong po sa kinatawan ng ABS-CBN kung sino po yung gustong sumagot sa inyo. Yung mga naunang tanong po sa inyo ng aking mga kasama, at ang iba po ay tinanong nila sa mga namamahala ng Securities and Exchange Commission, yun po ba ay masasabi nating kaganapan ng isang batas? O yun ay conclusion of law and conclusion of facts?
ABS-CBN.
Mr. Chair, can we request Attorney Ayo Bautista to be recognized, please?
Attorney Bautista, you're now recognized.
May I ask Congressman Marcoleta to repeat the question?
Yun pong mga naunang pagtatanong ng mga kasama ko dito sa mga opisyalis ng ABS-CBN, at ang iba po ay itinanong sa mga opisyalis ng Securities and Exchange Commission na para pong humihingi ng confirmation kung ang inyo pong mga aksyon tungkol sa mga PDRs ay naaayon sa batas. At yung iba po positibong sinabi ng SEC na walang nilalabag. Kung ang pag-uusapan po yung Securities Regulation Code at saka yung Corporation Code. Ang tanong ko po, hindi po ba conclusion of facts lang ito at saka conclusion of law? Ibig sabihin, walang isang makapagsasabi, kahit na po siguro 10 tao ang tumindig at sabihin niya na ang PDRs ay legal, ito po ay nananatiling konklusyon lamang, hindi po ba, Attorney?
Hindi po. Ito po ang conclusion or desisyon ng mga administrative quasi-judicial agencies who have the jurisdiction in law to resolve these issues. Kaya mabigat po ang kanilang mga ginagawa. According to the jurisprudence po, the agencies who have the jurisdiction and authority and expertise with respect to certain matters, their word should be given great weight. Pangalawa po, meron tayong presumption of regularity and good faith. Ang presumption po ay yung mga kanilang aksyon ay valid, legal, and binding unless and until they are reversed by a higher court. So yung pong presumption of regularity, good faith, at legal compliance ay nandoon ngayon. Ngayon, pag binanggit po kanina ni Commissioner Amato, presuming po na lumabas sa Supreme Court decision na nagkamali ang SEC sa kanilang interpretasyon ng mga control test sa Erbosa, sa Teves, at sa Roy, mag-a-apply po yung doctrine of operative fact sa akin pong palagay. Ang ibig sabihin nun, kung ang isang tao ay umasa in good faith sa desisyon o kilos ng administrative agency, he cannot be held liable for relying on such decisions and actions. In fact, in the case of Film Development Council of the Philippines versus Colon Heritage, that's dated June 16, 2015, sinabi po ng Supreme Court na it would be ghastly unfair, yun po ang ginamit na salita, ghastly unfair, if you will penalize people who rely in good faith on administrative rulings and decisions. Salamat po.
Attorney Bautista, napakasimple po kasi ng tinanong ko, napakahaba po ng sagot nyo. It is as if you are preaching to the choir. Ang tanong ko lamang po kung ito ay conclusion of law or conclusion of facts. Ang ibig ko lamang pong sabihin, may puwersa po ba ng batas yung halimbawa isinagot ng mga administrative agencies sa mga tanong ng mga kasama ko, pero hindi ko na po ibibilabor yun. Ang pinaka-importante po kasi, dahil sa pinag-uusapan natin ay dalawang bagay lang. yung po bang pagmeme-ari at saka yung pamamahala, kasi po ang sabi po ng inyong mga kinatawan dito sa ABS-CBN, wala naman kang kapangyarihan yung mga may-ari ng PDRs na bumoto eh. Ang tanging ibinigay lang naman sa kanila na karapatan ay yung makakuha ng yung cash distribution. Ang totoo po niyan nagpapakaingat pa nga sila na hindi magamit yung salitang dividend eh. Kasi nga ayaw nilang masabi talaga na stockholders. They are simply holders of PDRs. Talagang inilalayo doon sa usapin na talagang walang kontrol. Ang ibig po bang sabihin Attorney Bautista, yung po bang paghahawak lamang ng voting rights, yun lamang ang nakakakontrol sa mga aksyon ng isang kumpanya?
Doon po sa decisions ng Gamboa at kay
Hindi po,
Roy
wag na po
Berset.
ninyong yung gamboan. Tinatanong ko lang, ang ibig ba niyo sabihin, kumo ang isang PDR holder ay hindi siya nakaboto o makakaboto, ito tanggapin ko muna na hindi siya nakakaboto. Ang ibig po ba niyong sabihin, yun lamang may hawak ng boto ang nakapagbibigay ng kontrol sa isang korporasyon?
Yun po ang desisyon ng Suprema, ng Korte Suprema. Hindi ko po opinion yun.
Huwag po ninyong gagamitin ng Korte Suprema. Kayo lang mo po ang tinatanong ko eh. Ang
Sang-ayon
ibig,
po ako sa
ulitin ko po,
desisyon ng
ulitin ko
Suprema.
po. Napakasimple po nito. Pinalilito po kasi ng mga representatives ng ABS-CBN, wala naman kang control yung mga yan. Ang boboto rito ay yung ABS-CBN Holdings Corporation. Kaya sa ganung kaparaanan, wala silang control. Di ba? Ganito na lang para maintindihan po niyo ng lubusan, attorney. Ginamit po kasing halimbawa ng isa sa amin dito na yung pong Philippine Depository Receipt. Wala kang iniwan yan sa sa ticket ng karera. Bagamat napakasimple po ng pagkakagamit ng paghahalimbawa, Attorney Bautista, gamitin ko na rin po yon. Yung tao na gumamit ng isang nominee para bumili ng ticket, siya po yung may-ari, siyang principal. Meron lamang siyang inutusan. Kapag nanalo po yung kabayo po yata ang pinag-uusapan doon yung po panalo, ibibigay doon sa principal. Hindi kukunin nung inutusan na bumili ng karera. Di po ba? Kung loto naman po yan, kahit na po ako hindi tumataya ng loto, pero naiintindihan ko po yung mekanismo niyan Halimbawa po, Tony Bautista, mawalang galang na po sa inyo. Kunwari lamang po, inutusan ko kayo na bumili ng isang loto ticket. Pero mahigpit po yung tagubilin ko sa inyo na ito pong numerong ito ang inyong gagamitin. Halimbawa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yan ang itaya mo. Inutusan ko po kayo. Mawalang galang na po. Meron po ba kayong karapatan na palitan ninyo yung ticket na sinabi ko sa inyo?
Unang-una po, yung
Okay.
example na sinight ni Attorney Francis Day.
Attorney, hindi po tayo magkakaintindihan kung hindi kayo sasagot
Ang kanya pong example ay kabayo. Kaya hindi po
Attorney,
relevant yung
Attorney,
binabanggit
ganito
mo
po.
na lotto ticket. Ang sinabi po ni Francis Day, narinig ko sa TV nung interview siya.
Mr. Chair, siguro po kakailanganin ko na inyong tulong ninyo.
Kabayo.
Excuse me, attorney, hanggat hindi po kayo binibigyan ng pagkakataon na sumagot ni Congressman Marcoleta, maaari lang po munang hintayin niyo po na tawagin niya po yung pangalan ninyo. Maraming salamat po.
Salamat po.
Ang tinatanong ko lamang po sa inyo, attorney, kunwari po, inautusan ko lang kayo. Attorney, sabi ko, pakibili mo naman ako ng ticket ng loto, pero ito yung itataya mo. Itong numerong ito, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halimbawa pong kayo yung nominee ko, kasi po dito may nominee ito Pupunta po kayo dun sa pinagbibilhan ng loto, maaaring pumila pa kayo ron, pero hindi po ninyo iibahin yung sinabi kong number. Sapagkat ako po ang may control. Ang ibig ko lamang pong sabihin dito, kahit na po ako PDR holder, ako pa rin ang may-ari ng control sapagkat kayo ay nominee lamang. Bakit ko po sinasabi ito? Nabanggit na po kanina yung napakaraming Philippine Depositary Receipts. Nag-umpisa po kayo ng September 1999. 132 million PDRs. Bago nga po magsara yung offering nung panahon na yon, yun pong Lopez Incorporated, nag-transfer po siya ng 130 million common shares ng ABS-CBN. Ganun po kasi yun eh. Tama po yung mga pinag-uusapan kanina. Ang isang PDR may katapat na isang common share ng ABS-CBN. Pwede ko bang itanong muna sa inyo, ano po ba yung ano po ba yung nature nung... Paano po ba na-record yung initial issuance ng PDRs ng ABS Holdings? Paano po na-records sa libro ng ABS-CBN Holdings Corporation? 130 million ABS-CBN common shares. May I know as to how that particular issuance or transaction recorded in the books?
Kaya po nung sinabi earlier, yung pong may-ari ng common shares na yun ay ABS-CBN Holdings. So,
Alam ko po yun, attorney. Ang sinasabi ko, paano na-record yun? Equity or income?
Shares po yun eh.
Hindi po. Alam ko nga po yun. Pero ang isa pong PDR ay katapat ng isang share. Nag-transfer po ang Lopez Incorporated the same number of shares. 132 million PDRs corresponding or relating or underlying 132 million shares. Yung initial issuance po ng ABS Holdings Corporation, paano po na-record sa libro?
Mr. Chairman.
So, Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sino po yung...
Mr. Chairman, I
Yes,
can answer that question.
Attorney
Quezon.
Quezon.
Mr. Chairman, noong 1999 ho, yung Lopez Inc., tinransfer ho yung shares to ABS Holdings Corporation. Pagka-record ho noon ay asset ng ABS Holdings Corporation.
Asset po.
Yes.
Ibig sabihin, capital, di ba? Asset, equity.
Yes.
Oh.
Hindi ho equity dahil
Hindi po.
inassign ho.
Magiging ganun po yung katuturan niya. Bakit po? Kasi po kung i-declare nyo na income, okay, tatanungin ko kayo kung nagbayad kayo ng capital gains tax. Sasabihin nyo siguro sa akin. Hahanapin ko yung pagbabayad nyo sa BIR. So kung i-consider po ninyo na equity yun o kaya capital, walang iniwan po din yun sa isang taong nagmamayari ng isang common share. Ito po ngayon yung dyan. Kaya po natin hinihimay ito. Sabi nga natin, dalawa po kasi ang test ng control, attorney. Kayo na po ba yung sasagot? Tayo po itinuruan sa isang desisyon ng Korte Suprema. Ito po yung case ng Nickel versus Redmond. Na doon ay sinabi ng Korte Suprema, dalawang uri ang pagtutuos ng control. Yung control test, ito po yung situs of control. Madali po yun eh. Kukunin lang po lahat ang shares ng ABS-CBN. Titingnan ng mga pangalan, kung lahat po Pilipino, wala na pong problema yon. Pasado po kayo sa saligang batas. Ano po yung pangalawang test? Kayo na po sumagot. What is the second test?
ABS-CBN.
Attorney, kayo po,
Who
ma'am.
would like Attorney Ayo Bautista to answer that question?
Romuald Padilla.
Congressman Marcoleta, available din po dito ngayon yung SEC General Counsel. Baka gusto niyo pong tanungin.
Mamaya na po siguro, Mr. Chair, kasi po, sayang po yung pagkakataon
Sige po.
na nandito.
ABS-CBN, isa po sa inyo, kung maaari po sumagot.
Dalawa po yung test. Alam po ninyo ito, corporation law lang ito eh. Yung pong unang test, walang problema ron. Yung situs of control. Napakasimple nun. Titingnan po natin yung mga shares of stocks. Iisa-isayin po natin. Walang problema, puro Pilipino, Mr. Chair. Walang sasabit doon sa 100% Pilipino. Ano po yung pangalawang test na itinuro sa atin ng Korte Suprema? Nickel versus Redmond. Hindi po nyo kabisado? Ito po yung grandfather rule. Gagamitin po natin yung grandfather rule kapag merong agam-agam. Pag merong pagdududa, kinakailangang makita sino talaga ang may-ari. Ito po yung konsepto ng beneficial ownership. Tama po ba? Ito po kasi ang pinaka-gist ng ating pinag-uusapan ngayon. Wala pong pagtatalo, ABS-CBN is a mass media company. At sa ating saligang batas, talagang mahigpit ang kautusan, 100%. Alam po ninyo, ngayon po kasi modernong panahon, modern technology, inaamin naman po natin na lumaganap ang maraming mga financial instruments. PDRs, I would admit, are innovative, creative financial instruments, kagaya po ng inyong unang pangungusap kanina, that probably suit the desires and needs, the peculiar needs of several investors. Ang nagiging problema po, kasi ganito, nung ang ating saligang batas ay na-ratify, 1978 pa po yun eh. Wala pa pong masyadong PDRs, hindi pa pong masyadong kilala. It's too far away from our time. Kayo nga po ang nagsabi kanina na kayo po ang nagpauso nito eh. Hindi po dahil sa creative ito or very innovative, hindi na kailangan nating suriin. Kasi nga mahigpit po yung tuntunin ng saligang batas. Kinakailangan merong pamantayan kung talagang ito ay hindi nakakasircumvent ang saligang batas. Ang PDR po sa kanyang unang tingin, walang masama doon. Lalong-lalo na po doon sa mga korporasyon na hindi naman hinihingi yung 100%. Meron po kasing korporasyon, attorney, 60-40. So, meron tayong allowance sa mga banyaga, 40%. Sa advertising naman, 70%. Ganun po eh. Wala siguro, medyo may kaluwagan po siguro kung gagamitin yung PDRs doon kasi meron namang allowance talaga sa banyaga. Kaya lang ito, nagkataon po. Ito lamang po ang provision ng saligang batas na nagtatakda na 100% dapat. Ang Kongreso po ay maingat din naman dito. So, ano po yung beneficial ownership? Nagkaroon po kasi ng pagkakataon na ma-define po yung kung ano ibig sabihin ng beneficial ownership. Nakatara po sa Section 3.12, 2015 IRR of the Securities Regulation Code, Republic Act 8799. Babasahin ko po, Mr. Chair. Beneficial owner or beneficial ownership means any person who directly or indirectly through any contract, arrangement, undertaking, relationship, or otherwise has or shares voting power, which includes the power to vote or direct the voting of such security or direct the disposition of such security. Hindi po totoo yung mga pahayag na wala sa kanya yung karapatang bumoto ay nawawala na siya ng kapangyarihan. Ang beneficial owner po, nakapag-didirect siya, nakapag-i-influence siya kung paano iboto yung underlying share. Ito po ay nasa batas. Ngayon po, ang sabi natin kanina, hindi naman namin binibigyan ng karapatang bumoto. Kaya po ang tanong ko kanina kay Attorney Bautista, yun lamang po bang karapatang bumoto ang kumukontrol? Hindi po. Hindi po. Bigyan ko po kayo ng halimbawa. Halimbawa po yung PDRs natin. Hindi ngayon, meron kayo halimbawang gagawin na isang fundamental decision. Mangangailangan po kayo ng, under the corporation code, mangangailangan kayo ng at least 2/3 ng outstanding stocks ng ABS-CBN. Kung nagkataon po yung mga PDR sa limbawa, bigla ngayong nag-exercise ng right to dispose yung may-ari nito. Pero wala namang gustong bumili. Nangyayari po yan. Madidelay po ngayon yan. What will happen to the fundamental decision that should be undertaken by the corporation? Mababalam po yun. Sa makatwid po, hindi lamang yung bumoto siya, pati yung hindi niya pagboto, na-delay po yung hakbang na gagawin ng corporation. Ang dami po, binanggit po ninyo yung Roy case. Sinabi po doon, alam naman nyo yun, binasa na rin nyo siguro kahit pagbalik-balik ta rin natin yun eh. Hindi lamang po yung may-ari ng voting power ang makapag-i-impluensya at makapag-control. Ano pong sabi doon? There are corporate control enhancing mechanisms. Tawagin nga po nila yan, proportionality limiting measures. Nandyan po sa batas yun. Ang isang example po ng corporate control enhancing mechanism, ito nga po yung PDRs. Paano po? Ito, aaminin niyo po siguro. Meron po kayong ganito po, para malaman ng mga kababayan natin. Ang dalawa pong may-ari, malalaking stockholders na may-ari ng ABS-CBN Corporation, Lopez Incorporated. At saka yung PCD Company Nominee. Tama po ba yun? Ito po kasi ay dokumentong ibinigay nyo sa Secretariat ng komite na gumagabay sa atin ngayon. Tama po ba yun? There are two major stockholders.
ABS-CBN, please answer. Hindi po pwede yung tatango lang po. Please answer po.
Tama po yun.
Tama po. Ang Lopez Incorporated, siya rin po ang may-ari ng ABS-CBN Holdings Corporation. Tama po ba?
Lopez Inc. owns 60% of ABS Holdings Corporation.
Ulitin po ninyo.
Lopez
Pakiulit
Inc.
po.
owns 60% of ABS Holdings Corporation.
Yung Lopez Inc. ano po? Yung 10% naman po, yung pag-aari ni Mr. Gabby Lopez, tama po? Siya po ang treasurer at member of the board.
Opo, tama po yan.
30%, hawak po ni Ginoong Oscar Lopez, Manuel Lopez, at saka Salvador Tirona.
That's correct, sir.
Okay. Sa makatwid po, ang majority ownership ay nasa Lopez Incorporated ng ABS-CBN Holdings Corporation. Nagkataon po, sila pa rin ang may-ari ng ABS-CBN Corporation. Tama po ba?
That's correct.
Okay. Isa po sa malaking may-ari ay yung PCD Company Nominee. Pero doon po, sa ibinigay po ninyong mga dokumento sa aming secretariat, nakalagay lamang PCD Company Nominee. Pagkatapos, ang nakikita namin, majority Pilipino. Ay, ibig sabihin pa lang, doon pa lang, inaamin nyo na merong kasangkot na hindi Pilipino kasi majority Pilipino lang. Tingnan po ninyo yung dokumento. Dapat siguro nilagay nyo doon, majority foreigner. Bakit po? Kung titingnan po natin yung mga inisyo ninyong mga PDRs, sinabi na po kanina ni DS Hernandez kanina, ang top notcher po foreign 198 million PDRs, representing about 61%. Ang susunod po, dalawa po kasi yung PCD company nominee, kaya po, yung pong dokumento ninyo nakalilito eh. Isa pong PCD company nominee, foreign. Ito po ang kanyang representation, 61%. Yung pong PCD company, Pilipino, 36%. Paano po? Siguro po itanong ko sa inyo, sino po yung security agent holding the pledge of shares to secure the delivery upon exercise of the PDR hold? Sino po ba yung security agent ng mga PDRs na foreign?
Yung Philippine Deposit Trust Corporation.
Ayun. Kung gagamitin po natin yung halimbawa, siya po yung inutusan na bumili ng loto. Kasi siya po yung may hawak nun eh. Tama po ba? Tama po, di ba? Nominee lang po siya eh. Ang principal po yung may-ari ng PDRs. Tama po. O kayo naman eh, napakasimple naman po ng... Ulitin ko po, ano? Dalawa po yung PCD company nominee. Isang foreign, isang Pilipino. Doon po sa mga dokumentong pinadala nyo sa amin, isa po siya sa umahawak na pagmeme-ari ng ABS-CBN Corporation. Ito po yung broadcasting. Eh sino po yung agent? Ang sabi nyo, Philippine Central Depository. So siya po yung nominee. Kagaya po ng paghalimbawa kanina, para po maintindihan ng ating mga kababayan, siya po yung bumili ng ticket ng loto. Pero po yung holder, ang sabi niya, ito po yung number, ito yung number na itataya mo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ang merong control po noon, yung may hawak ng holder ng PDR. Sa makatwid, kahit siya po'y PDR holder lang, makapagdidikta po siya doon sa PCD nominee, nagkataon pong hawak po ng Philippine Central Depository. Ito pong mga tanong na ito, napakasimple naman po eh. Nagbibigay po kasi ng agam-agam, babalik na naman po ako sa issue, talaga bang nagagamit ba natin ang PDRs para lusutan natin ang saligang batas? Sa totoo po, yung mga testimonya po ng Securities and Exchange Commission, kaya po yung pauna kong tanong kanina, attorney, hindi ba parang mga conclusion of facts lang yan? Ang tanging makapagsasabi lang kasi, kung sino talagang nagsasabi ng totoo, katapus-tapusan, ang Korte Suprema. Kami po dito, inihahayag lang namin, ang pangamba namin, baka nagagamit po ninyo para i-circumvent ang Constitution. Ang totoo po nito, kung susuriin po natin yung PDR instrument na binigay nyo sa amin, andito po, nagbigay kayo eh. Ito po. Yung kopya ko pa nga po, sabi ko sa inyo, napakalabo pero pinagdiyagan ko pong basahin. Ano po ang magdidikta kung may control ang PDRs? Yung pong binigay ninyong karapatan na nandito sa instrument. Alam po ninyo kung ilan ang binigay ninyong karapatan sa may hawak ng instrument? Napakarami po. Alam po ninyo ito. Number 1, the right to delivery. Ano po bang ibig sabihin ng the right to delivery, attorney?
Kung mamarapatin niyo po, pwede po ba akong sumagot?
Opo, kung sino mo pong gustong sumagot
Okay.
sa inyo.
Yung right to delivery po, ang ibig pong sabihin nun, kung ayaw niyo na pong hawakan ng PDR at kayo ay Pilipino, pwede pong ilipat sa inyo yung shares ng ABS-CBN Broadcasting Company. Kasi kasama po yun ng mga binili nyo. Meron po kayong deposit kung gusto nyong i-exercise kasi hindi naman po kayo pwedeng pilitin na maghawak ng PDRs hanggang sa huli. Kung gusto nyo hong i-convert yun into shares, then i-deliver po sa inyo yung ABS-CBN common shares.
Dalawang bagay po kasi yun, attorney. Kung Pilipino po, kaya niyang hawakan. Kung
Opo.
hindi po siya Pilipino, hindi niyo ibibigay sa kanya sapagkat isa sa kondisyon ng PDR.
Tama po yun.
Pero
Kaya
ang
po-
hindi po ninyo niliwanag, yun pong foreign holder meron siyang karapatan na mag-designate ng Filipino person. Tama po?
Wala pong ganun sa aming PDR instrument. Kung siya po ay banyaga, ang kanya pong right is ipabenta yung shares para ang matatanggap lang niya ay yung proceeds ng shares. Cash po ang kanyang matatanggap. At kung pwede pong sumagot dun sa unan yung tanong.
Sandali po.
Yeah. Dalawa po yung listahan ng mga na sinubmit.
Sandali po. Ang sabi po ninyo, wala po sa instrument ninyo na kapag ka foreigner ay hindi siya makapag-a-appoint ng isang Filipino person na maging nominee niya? Wala po?
Pong ganun. Wala pong
Kung
ganun.
sakali pong maipakita ko sa inyo na nasa inyo pong instrument, kung sakali lamang po.
Sige po.
Ito po yung ano po sa item, nagbigay po kasi kayo ng isang sample ng PDR instrument. Siguro kabisado naman po ninyo. Ako, ngayon ko lang po nakita. May I draw your attention under item 2.3. Ang subject po nito, form, title, transfer, and certificate. Ano po ang sinasabi rito? Lulundag na po ako dun sa pinag-uusapan. Sabi niya, andali po, hindi po pala yun. Nagsamali ako. Dito po sa page 29 po, nung prospectus ninyo accompanying the statement. Ano po? Meron po kasi kayong ABS-CBN 2014 registration statement. Kasama po yon ay yung prospectus. Sa page 29 po ng prospectus na yan, ganito po yung sinasabi. Each PDR is exercisable upon payment of the exercise price of 10 centavos and will entitle the PDR holder as permitted by Philippine law to either delivery of, ayun po, or sale of the payment of proceeds from the sale of one share. Of the issue price, 43.125 shall be treated as a deposit and shall apply towards payment of the relevant share upon exercise of the PDRs. Ito po yung kasunod. Delivery of shares to non-Philippine person is not permitted. Therefore, on exercise of the PDR, the underlying shares will be delivered only to the Philippine persons designated by the holder or otherwise sold on its behalf in the open market. Binigyan po niyo siya ng kapangyarihan na mag-designate ng non-Philippine ng Philippine person. Pag sinabi mo pong Philippine person, attorney, pwedeng individual, pwedeng corporation. Bakit ngayon tatalikuran ninyo na sinasabi ninyo wala siyang karapatang mag-designate? Ito po yung napakalaking kapangyarihan na binigay nyo sa kanya. Magiging isang instrumento po ito para i-circumvent ang saligang batas sa dami po ng kapangyarihang binigay ninyo. Kung babasahin po ninyo itong instrument na binigay nyo, ang title nga po nito ito po, Philippine Deposit Receipt Instrument, ABS-CBN Holdings Corporation. Dito pa nga po, may karapatan po yung holder. Mr. Chair, naririnig po ninyo? Siguro po mamaya na po kayo
Hindi po.
mag-confer ng note. Para po,
Pagpaumanhin niyo po.
ganito po. Hindi nga nakita nyo po, meron. So, sa mga tweet, tama po ako.
Meron pong nakasulat nga dito.
Meron po pala, no? Mabuti po. Dapat po tinitingnan. Ako ngayon ko lang nakita po Pero kayo, kayo po nagpasimula nito, dapat alam po ninyo ito.
Opo.
Ngayon, nasaan na ba ako? Isa pa pong kapangyarihan na binigay ninyo sa may-ari ng PDR. Binigyan po ninyo siya ng kapangyarihan na sa English po kasi, to vary and modify the rights of the holder. Ito po yung talagang nakapagbigay sa akin ng iba yung parang pagkabahala. Bakit po ganun? nakalagay rito, by way of an extraordinary resolution, the PDR holder can vary and modify their rights depending on several eventualities. Ito po ba sinuri ng Securities and Exchange Commission? Kanina po, yung mga tanong ng mga kasama ko, inapprove pala ng Securities and Exchange Commission. Ibig sabihin, pag inapprove yan, talagang may primary jurisdiction, ganito po yan. Ang ibig po ba niyong sabihin, attorney, nung inapprove po ng Securities and Exchange Commission, tiningnan din po ba niya kung yung PDR ay maaring nakapag-circumvent ng saligang batas? Tiningnan ba ng SEC po yun? Yun po ba yung inyong assumption?
Yan po ang aming assumption kasi lahat po ng mga dokumento at lahat ng mga requirements, pati po yung PDR instrument at lahat ng kailangan i-disclose, dinisclose naman po namin sa
I see.
Securities
So
and
yun
Exchange
po
Commission.
yun po yung assumption ninyo.
Yun po.
Ngayon, yung po kasing pagbabari or modification of rights upon the existence of some eventualities or contingent conditions, mangyayari lamang po yun pagkatapos na approbin yung PDR para i-offer na ninyo. So, lalabas po dito, hindi kailanman malalaman ng Securities and Exchange Commission kung ano yung mga rights na babaguhin at ano-anong mga conditions na magti-trigger kung bakit binago yon. Wala na pong alam doon ang Securities and Exchange Commission. Hindi po niya kontrolado yon. At ang Securities and Exchange Commission po ay hindi isang korte na sasabihin niya, ito hindi makalalabag ito sa saligang batas. Meron po ba siyang ganong kapangyarihan, attorney? Na pag nung makita niya, ang totoo po nito, alam po niyo yung kasagutan eh. Ano po ang inapprove? Ang inapprove po nila sa inyo ay yung actual na pagbibenta ninyo ng Philippine Depositary Receipts. Wala pong kinalaman doon yung determination kung meron man, kung ito'y nakalabag sa saligang batas. There was no determination on the part of the Securities and Exchange Commission to look into whether or not some kind of circumvention has been done. Why? Hindi po kasi trabaho ng Securities and Exchange Commission yun eh. Sukat na, ma-erestro nila, nailagay po sa tamang mga requisite na hinahanap ng Securities and Exchange Commission, sabi niya, okay na yan. Pero hindi po niya titingnan. Hindi siya lalabas sa 4 na sulok ng PDRs na yan para lamang sabihin sa inyo, constitutionally, tama po ito. Wala pong ganon. Ang totoo po niya, attorney, kung halimbawa naniniwala kayo sa assumption ninyo na tama lahat ito, nakita lahat ng Securities and Exchange Commission. Pero, kayo na rin po siguro ang dapat na tumingin dito sa inyong mga dokumento. May mga disclaimer po. Ito po. Doon pa lamang po sa Securities Regulation Code, ang sabi niya, Section 12, the Securities and Regulations Code, ito po, 12.7, Madam. Any untrue statement or fact, ulitin ko po, any untrue statement of fact or omission to state a material fact required to be stated herein or necessary to make the statement therein not misleading shall constitute fraud. O sa mga tweet, hindi sinasabi ng yan ay complete na tama yan. Nilalabas ko ang sarili ko dyan. Sabi po ng dito pa lang sa batas, dito pa lang sa pagre-rehistro ninyo. Ang sabi pa po rito, ito po nasa first page po ng inyong prospectus. Dated January 6, 2014, which accompanied the 2014 registration statement of ABS-CBN. Ito po yung nakasaad mismo. The Securities and Exchange Commission has not approved the securities or determined if this prospectus is accurate or complete. Any misrepresentation to the contrary is a criminal offense and should be reported immediately to the Securities and Exchange Commission. Bakit po merong disclaimer na ganito? Abay, nilalabas din siyempre ng Securities and Exchange Commission ang sarili niya. Maring nagkamali siya. Tama po ba, attorney?
kung pwede ko po lang hong linawin. Yung pong,
Hindi, tanong ko po sa inyo, ito po bang pagkakaroon ng disclaimer na to, hindi nangangahulugan na hindi sapat na inapprove yung sale sapagkat merong siyang hindi nakita, kaya meron siyang disclaimer. Kaya wag nating sasabihin na pumasa sa lahat ng aspeto, lalong-lalo na po kung pag-uusapan ay yung ating saligang batas. Hindi po ba ganoon ang ibig sabihin ng disclaimer?
ang review po kasi ng Securities and Exchange Commission, pag nag-apply po kayo for registration, talaga kung hinihimay nila lahat ng mga disclosures dun.
Eh yun nga po.
Kung meron
wala
lang
namang
pong
po
misrepresentation.
problema doon, hinimay nga nila pero nagkaroon sila ng disclaimer. Ang ibig sabihin nito, hindi sapat na tingnan lang nila. Maaring merong pagkukulang, marong hindi nakita.
Opo.
Sabi nga po natin ganito eh.
Ang pagkukulang po niyan ay usually sa factual issues po. Pag sinabi mong
Yun
ang
po.
aming capital ay 100 million, pero 50 million lang pala, yun po yung ano.
Sandali po. Yun po yung assumption ninyo. Yun
Opo.
po yung opinion ninyo. Kaya
Opo.
kanina po, ang aking opening salvo, lahat po ng pinag-uusapan natin at sagot nyo, mga conclusion of fact ito. Maaring nagkamali kayo, maaring nagkamali kami, pero yung agam-agam nandito po. Malinaw po yun. Nagkakaroon ng pagdududa sapagkat napakarami ng binigay ninyong power sa holder na kung tutuusin mo at pagsasama-samahin will constitute control as a beneficial o tingnan mo, the right to delivery, possession. The right to sale or proceeds of the underlying share, ito po yung distribution of cash, enjoyment. I-exercise ng kanyang disposition. These are the three attributes of ownership. Pagkatapos sasabihin po ninyo, palalabasin po natin sa pamamagitan ng mga intricate web of corporate lawyering na hindi po ganito. Paano po namin masusundan ngayon? ABS-CBN is owned by Lopez Inc. ABS-CBN Holdings is owned by Lopez Inc. Meron pa pong holding corporation ang nagme-may-ari ng Lopez Inc. Saan po natin hahanapin lahat itong PDRs na ito kung napakarami po ninyong holding corporation? Tingnan po ninyo.
Pwede po bang sumagot?
Sandali po. Ito po yung... Ang Lopez Inc. ngayon ay pag-aari na naman ng isang holding companies of Mr. Eugenio Lopez Jr., Oscar M. Lopez, Manuel Lopez, Presentacion Lopez, Sinakis. 4 na kumpanya na naman po ang may-ari na naman ng Lopez Inc. Isa po ay Creslo Holdings Corporation, majority Filipino. Ito po yung sinabit niyo sa Secretariat. Mantes Corporation, majority owner Filipino. Tigto 29.10% po itong dalawang ito. Dito pa lamang po, makikita na po yung pag-aalinlangan. Bakit majority Filipino? 29.1%, dalawa. Paano? Yun sa PCD, hindi na nga nyo po may papaliwanag eh. Sino po ang boboto nung hawak po ng PCD Corporation nominee foreign? 198 million PDRs constituting 61%. Sino po ang boboto nung underlying shares nun?
Okay. Kung pwede pong bumalik doon sa PCD nominee, dalawa po yung listahan na isinubmiti namin. Yung isa pong listahan, ang listahan ng shareholders ng ABS-CBN Broadcasting Company. Kung makikita niyo po dyan, wala pong PCD nominee na non-Filipino. Yung isa pong listahan, yun po ang listahan ng PDR holders. Kaya po merong PCD nominee kasi po yung shares nakadeposit sa kanila at nagbenta ng mga PDRs both to Filipinos and non-Filipinos. So ang restriction po natin is on the mass media company. At yung sa mass media company, kung titignan niyo po ang listahan, lahat po yan ay Pilipino. Yung sa list ng PDR holders na nakadeposit sa PCD nominee, meron ho yan foreigners. Wala naman pong diskusyon na walang foreigners na naghahawak ng PCD, ng PDRs. Kasi po yung PDRs, yung amin pong ine-explain kanina, it's a financial instrument. Wala po silang ownership sa mass media company.
Alam po ninyo,
kung
attorney, ganito po yun eh. Kahit na po sabihin natin 1,000,000 beses na wala silang ownership, konklusyon pa rin po yun. Ang mangyayari po nito, kanina ko pa po tinatanong, ano po yung kasaysayan ng 198 million PDRs na hawak po ng foreign? Ngayon po, merong PCD company nominee foreign. Sino po ang boboto para doon? Kasi nominee lang po siya.
Kung ang tanong niyo po ay kung boboto sila sa ABS-CBN Broadcasting Company, hindi po sila bumoboto. Ito pong listahan na to na may PCD nominee, yan po ang listahan ng mga PDR holders. So kung tatanungin niyo ang botohan, yun ang botohan ng mga PDR holders. So wala pong kinalalaman yun sa ABS-CBN Broadcasting Company.
Kanina pa po natin pinagtatalunan yung tungkol sa control. Halimbawa po, gusto niyang i-exercise yung right to dispose. Foreigner po siya. Siyempre po, hahanap kayo ng bibili, hindi po ba, attorney?
Opo.
Nagkataon po, wala pang bibili. Nangyayari naman po yun eh. Sa dami po nun. Hindi ko po kasi alam kung ang magti-trigger nun, yung mismong may hawak ng PDR o may kinalaman din yung ABS Holdings, ito po yung napakalabo eh. Dahil nga po sa web ng inyong layering, ito po yung mahirap na tuntunin. Kaya po nahihirapan tayong ganito, napakarami po nung layering ninyo, kaya lumilitaw po talaga, hindi natin matukoy talaga kung nagagamit na circumvention ito o hindi. Dapat kasi linawin natin. Ngayon, wala pong bibili. Nagkatawang 198 million PDRs po yun, representing 61%. Ang tanong po kanina, kung halimbawa, gagawa po kayo ng isang fundamental action, corporate action, madi-delay po pati yung action na gagawin ninyo. Sapagkat na-delay po. Kahit hindi siya bumoto, yung hindi niya pagkakaboto dahil yung hindi niya pagkakabenta, na-delay po yun, hindi naman po kayo makakagawa without the 2/3 outstanding shares po na nire-represent ng PDR. Yun po yung magulo doon. Kaya malinaw po rito, kahit sabihin po ninyong wala silang controlling sa pamamagitan ng pagboto, yung hindi po niya pagboto o na-delay niya yung pagboboto, control din po yun eh. So ang malinaw, nakaka-control din sila sa management. Malinaw po yun.
Yeah. With due respect po, Your Honor, yung hindi po pagboto ay karapatan din po ng shareholder.
Tama po yun. Tama po yun. Pero ang sinasabi natin, na-delay po yung action ng nagagawin under, for example, I'm referring to Section 6 of the Corporation Code. Tama po yun?
Yeah.
Na-delay ngayon ng sabihin nating 3 buwan. Hindi nyo nagawa yung dapat ninyong gawin. Hindi po ba na-control niya? Na-control niya. Kasi maaaring, ito po yung medyo mahirap po. Ang tinatanong ko kanina, sino po yung security agent? Sabi po ninyo, yung PCD.
Sila po ang security
Philippine
agent
Central
ng
Depository.
PDRs.
Oh. Sila po yung may hawak ng pledge of shares, di ba? Para ma-secure po yung delivery upon the exercise, di ba? Ano po yung nature at saka extent ng obligasyon ng security agent?
Yung security agent po ay siya lang naghahawak ng shares na underlying the PDRs.
Ang ibig niyo sabihin, walang impluensya po yung may hawak nun?
Wala po, kasi wala man po silang karapatan na mag-influensya. Sila lang po yung nagkustodiya ng mga shares of stock para din ho protektahan naman ang PDR holders. Kasi kung yung shares naman madidissipate, mawawalan po din ng rights ang mga PDR holders.
Sa panahon lamang po yun,
Deputy
Atty.
Speaker
nangyayari.
Marcoleta, pwede po bang ibigay nyo na po ang inyong huling katanungan para po mapagbigyan ng daan yung linya po ng pagtatanong ng susunod natin na magtatanong na si Congressman P.D. Barsaga?
Sabi po ni Congressman PD, bibigay po niya sa akin yung panahon niya.
Umiiling po si Congressman Barsaga.
Well, I have been waiting for so long. So I will be waiting for the moment that my time will come. Although I was here as early as 12:30.
Sige po, huling katanungan po, Congressman Marcoleta.
Mr. Chair, hindi po ako matatapos siguro kahit nabigyan. Siguro po mga 15 minutes po baka kaya ko pong tapusin.
Mr. Chairman, in as much as I also have some questions, but I yield to the Honorable Marcoleta. Kasama na rin po dun kay Congressman Onyx Crisologo na ibinigay sa akin sa bilang nakakatanda, ibinibigay ko na po kay Congressman Marcoleta.
Maraming salamat, Vice Chairman Mark Defensor. Additional 10 minutes para kay Congressman Marcoleta.
Salamat po, Mr. Chair. Salamat po, Congressman Mike Defensor.
Pwede po bang
para po madali,
magsalita?
Sandali po. Siguro po gawin natin, stipulation na lang po para, kunyari, para madali yung ibang tatanungin ko sa inyo. If you so desire, no? As of October 16, 2019, Mr. Chair, can ABS-CBN representatives stipulate that per beneficial ownership disclosure of ABS-CBN Holdings, Prudential Singapore Holdings, PTE Limited, holds 15,656,570 PDRs issued by ABS-CBN Holdings.
Mr. Chairman, we have to check the records. We can just give.
I-check po ninyo.
Oh, yes, sir.
Salamat po. Mr. Chair, ABS-CBN also stipulate that in May 2013, Mercury Media Holdings Limited, an affiliate of the Capital Group companies, acquired PDRs issued by ABS-CBN Corporation from Marathon Asset Management LLP, costing some 2.3 billion pesos.
ABS-CBN.
We'll check again the figures, Your Honor.
Siguro po, Mr. Chair, paano check po ninyo? Paano kung na-check po ninyo? Yes na po ang sagot?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sige po. Mr. Chair, will ABS-CBN also stipulate further that in June 2013, a US-based fund, Capital International Private Equity Fund, acting through Mercury Media Holdings Finance, subscribed to some 2.5 billion pesos worth of PDRs from ABS-CBN Holdings?
Mr. Chairman, we'll also look at the figures and verify it and then certify.
Yung pong mga i-verify nyo, kailan nyo po matatapos i-verify? Can you verify it today?
Baka may hirapan ho kami today. It's already 7.
Okay. Kung hindi po kaya ngayon,
Tomorrow's a holiday.
kahit po matapos itong round of questioning natin tungkol sa PDRs, papayagan po ng chairman ng joint committee ito na bigyan ng 1 o 2 minuto si Congressman Marcoleta para naman sagutin nyo yung kanyang mga katanungan na hindi nyo po masagot ngayong gabing ito. Sa susunod po natin na hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Congressman Marcoleta.
Salamat po, Mr. Chair. Kasi po, mawalang galang na po sa ABS-CBN. Kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, about 3 weeks ago, I asked them to submit alpha lists Kung naalala po ninyo, yung contribution nila sa SSS, contribution sa Pag-ibig Fund, contribution sa employment compensation, contribution sa home development o itong Pag-ibig Fund, contribution sa PhilHealth. Pwede ko po bang malaman kung ito po ay nasubmit na, Mr. Chair?
Congressman Marcoleta, hindi pa po nasubmit ng
Ito nga po,
ABS-CBN ang mga documents na nirequest natin at pwede po kayong mag-motion na pasabina na natin yung mga documents natin na yun.
Pwede po nating gawin yun, pwede rin nating hindi gawin sapagkat alam naman natin kung talagang katotohanan po yung kanilang gustong malaman. Dahil sa palagi po nilang sinasabi na 11,000 ang kanilang mga regular employees, yun lamang po kasi ang makapagpapatunay kung sino talagang nagsasabi ng totoo, kung 11,000 o hindi 11,000. 3 linggo na po kasi yun, Mr. Chair. Sa mga tweet, kung makakakuha tayo ng commitment sa kanila, napakadali naman po nun.
Maaari po ba naming mahingi po ang commitment ng ABS-CBN?
Po, Mr. Chair, we commit po to submit all the requested documents before the next hearing po.
Sige po. Inaasahan po namin yung submission po na yan at dahil po hindi nyo rin po na-submit at hindi rin masagot, papabayaan po ng chairman ng joint committee ito na muling itanong ni Congressman Marcoleta yung kanyang katanungan ngayong gabi. Maikling-maikli lang po, Congressman Marcoleta, sa susunod po na hearing natin, kahit po ibang issue na po yung pag-uusapan natin. Congressman Marcoleta.
Salamat po. Sinasabi po ninyo kasi na palaging walang control. Hindi naman kami nagbenta, hindi namin binigay ang ownership sa mga foreign holders ng mga PDRs. Pero kung tutuntunin po kasi yung mga dokumento nyo, halimbawa ito pong ABS-CBN Holdings Beneficial Ownership Disclosure dated October 28, 2019. Ito po yung admission ninyo The PDRs unlock the share value of ABS-CBN Corporation, allowing foreigners to participate. Sarili po ninyong disclosure ito Ulitin ko po. The PDRs unlock the share value of ABS-CBN Corporation, allowing foreigners to participate in a media enterprise whose ownership is constitutionally limited to Filipinos. Kayo na po nag-admit ito. Hindi ko naman po salita ito. Kinuha ko lang po dito sa... Kayo po may papel nito Paano hindi... Nandun po yung pagdududa. Nandito po yung agam-agam. Di ko po sinasabing ako po yung tama. Wala pa pong makapagsasabi nito sapagkat sa tamang panahon po ito, maring dumating po sa Korte Suprema, sila po ang may final say dito. So, isa-isa po pinakikita ko sa inyo, inarmasan po ninyo yung PDR ng napakaraming kapangyarihan na kung saan manggagaling po yung kontrol hindi ko naman po kayo masisi. Siguro wala naman pong bibili na PDR sa inyo kung hindi naman sila bibigyan ng ganitong mga karapatan. Ganun din po yun Ginamit po nyo yung PDR para tumaas po yung share. Ang problema, it will also achieve the twin evil na, you are allowing also the foreigners to participate in a media enterprise whose ownership is constitutionally limited to Filipinos. Kayo po nagsabi nito. Hindi po ako. Ganito po, Mr. Chair. Ang ano po kasi, ang ABS-CBN is a publicly listed corporation. Tama po yun, attorney, di ba?
Tama po.
Kapag publicly listed company, nakapagbebenta po kayo ng mga shares sa ating mga kababayan. Tama naman po yun, di ba?
Tama po.
Ito naman po ay isang legal na pasilidad na ipinagkakalob ng batas. Kung sana po, yun na lamang sana yung ating paraan. Ang nangyari po kasi, bigla ngayong in-introduce nyo yung PDRs. Naintindihan ko na po because we should be able to take advantage of modern technology. And in the new financial market, we should be able to introduce creative and innovative financial instrument that would probably meet the peculiar needs of investors. Talaga pong ganun eh. Pero sabi ko nga sa inyo, kung hindi po sana kayo mass media company na ang tuntunin ay napakahigpit, halimbawa po, si Congressman Michael Defensor, meron po siyang napakalaking kumpanya na nagtitinda ng taho. Ano po yan, 60-40 ang ano dyan. Talagang papayagan po yung pagmimayari ng PDR. Kahit mag-issue po siya ng PDR, hindi ko na po siya kukwestiyonin. Malayo ko na po siyang questionin siguro, ma'am. Kasi meron po talagang porsyento na inilalaan ng batas. Kaya lang ito po, ang test po natin dito, whether or not yung paggamit po nating PDRs ay maaring nakalalabag. Ito po yung pinakapunto ng usaping ito. Kung sana po yung nagbebenta na lang kayo, malinaw na malinaw po yung unang test, yung control test, situs of control. Malinaw po, puro Pilipino eh. Masisino pa nating lahat. Pero kung PDRs po, Amerikano po halimbawa, Aleman, British, paano po natin, kahit na po magkahiwalay yung listahan natin, ma'am, o sige, meron kang PCD company Pilipino, meron kang PCD company foreign. Paano po ngayon matutuntunan ni Kong Boying Remulla kung yung pong foreign na yun, ibinenta niya sa kabilang, wala na po tayong matutuntun doon. Ito yung napakahirap. So, maski po yung saligang batas, hirap na hirap po natuntunin kayo sapagkat napakarami po ninyong ginamit na kaparaanan. Hindi ko naman po sinabing sinadya ninyong itago, pero ganito po yung nangyayari. Kaya po humihirap. Kasi po ang PDR, isang makabagong instrumento. Alam naman po ninyo na there are regulatory gaps in our present system. Tanggapin ninyo o hindi, kung minsan po, yung mga batas natin hindi makahabol sa bilis ng technology. Ang isa pong halimbawa, ito po. Ito pong conditional access system na binigay sa ABS-CBN Corporation para makapagpalabas po kayo sa pamamagitan ng cable. Ang sabi po ng NTC sa inyo, huwag muna kayong gagamit, sabi niya, ng isang cable channel hanggat hindi kami nakagagawa ng kaukulang tuntunin para i-regulate ito. Sinulatan po kayo ng NTC. Pero sa kabila po nun, pinagwalang bahala ninyo, tinuloy pa rin ninyo, ano po ang gusto kong palabasin? Nauhuli po yung talagang gano'n po napakabilis ng technology So, maski dito po, mabilis po yung pag-create natin ng mga financial instrument, hindi makahabol ang ating regulatory system. Yun po yung nagiging dahilan, kaya nagkakaroon kami ng pananaw na nagagamit po ninyo ang PDRs sa paraan na nababiolate po ninyo ang ating saligang batas. Doon po sa yung pong kapangyarihan ng isang PDR holder sa delivery or sale, nakalagay din po sa, hindi lang isang dokumento po ang ginagamit ko, sarili po ninyo ito. Tingnan po ninyo yung ABS-CBN Corporation na nakalagay po ito. Doon sa certificate po. Nakalagay po sa PDR certificate ito mismo This certifies that blank, blank, blank is our registered holders of the Philippine deposit receipts contained herein and is are entitled upon the payment of the exercise price of 10 centavos per share or such amount as may be adjusted herein in accordance with the terms of the PDR instrument to the delivery or sale of one existing share of stock of ABS-CBN Broadcasting Corporation for every one PDR held. Yun po ay possession, di ba? Ito naman po sa yung right of delivery, nandito pa.
Pwede pong sumagot.
Ito po, bago niyo po sagutin, meron pa pong isang pinagbabatayan. Dito po sa inyong PDR instrument under item 2.3, ito po yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. 2.3 Form Title Transfer Certificates. Upon exercise of the PDR exercise rights, the shares delivered or sold shall be lodged with the PCD unless and until the exercising holder, in case of delivery or subsequent transferee, in case of sale, request for upliftment into registered stock certificate evidencing shares. Napakalaki po ng mga kapangyarihang binibigay nyo. Paano po ninyo ipaliliwanag yung binigay nyong kapangyarihan na pagkatapos po ninyong maibenta yung share, binigyan nyo ng karapatan yung holder na baguhin yung karapatan na nakasaad doon sa pamagitan lang ng isang extraordinary resolution? Nandito po eh.
Kung mamarapatin niyo po, yung
Sige
pong extraordinary resolution na yon ay hindi po extraordinary resolution ng ABS-CBN Broadcasting Company. Yun po ay extraordinary resolution ng mga PDR holders. Kasi po, yung in-explain namin kanina, yung relationship ng PDR holders at ABS-CBN Holdings Company ay contractual po. So alam niyo naman po na pagkontrata, both parties can agree to change the terms on the basis of contract. Wala pong pakialam doon ng ABS-CBN Broadcasting Company. At yung mga nasa PCD nominee po na nasa kustodiya nila dahil sila ang mga underlying shares ng PDRs, ang bumoboto po niyan ay ABS-CBN Holdings Corporation, hindi po PDR holders. In no way po sila pinapayagan na bumoto. At yung ini-stress nyo po na delivery or sale, ang ini-explain ho namin, delivery to Philippine nationals kung sila ay entitled, in which case, i-deliver ng ABS-CBN holding sa kanila yung share upon exercise of the right. Kung hindi po sila qualified, as in the case of foreigners, then ang kanila po ay yung sale. Ibebenta po yung shares at yung pera lang po ang mapupunta sa banyagang naghahawak ng PDRs. So, medyo magkaiba po sila.
Naunawaan po natin
Final
yun.
statement, Deputy Speaker Marcoleta. Final statement na po at sumobra na po kayo sa oras, pero bibigyan ko po kayo ng 3 minuto sa susunod na hearing bago po tayo lumipat sa panibagong issue.
Salamat po. Hindi po nangangahulugan na natapos na po. Meron pa po kasi akong konting itatanong, Mr. Chair, pero if I am allowed a little time to summarize, ang pagdinig po natin sa mga PDRs o Philippine Depositary Receipts ay para lamang matingnan nating mabuti kung itong mga financial instruments na ito ay nakalalabag sa tuntunin na itinakda ng ating saligang batas tungkol sa pagmeme-ari o pamamalakad ng isang mass media. Napaka-importante po nito, Mr. Chair, sapagkat sa panahong ito, makabagong pamamaraan po para mag-raise ka ng capital, kukunti ang risk. Tama naman po yun, kagaya ng opening statement po ni Attorney, convenient po at saka beneficial ito eh. But no matter how creative it is, no matter how innovative that financial instrument is, it is incumbent upon us to see to it that the constitutional provision on ownership, it is actually a constitutional injunction against ownership of foreigners sapagkat talaga pong 100% ang hinahanap ng ating saligang batas. Kailangan po kasi nating mapangalagaan yon. Kagaya po nung nalalaman ng lahat, ang sabi nga po nila, Meron po kasing prinsipyo sa batas, Mr. Chair. Alam naman po siguro ng mga abogado ng ABS-CBN, meron tayong Latin maxim on this particular subject matter na maaari natin gamitin. Cuando aliquid, sabi niya, ex prohibitor, prohibitor ex directa, prohibitor as per aliquum. Sa English po, sabi nila, what cannot be legally done directly shall not be done indirectly. Sa Tagalog po, Mr. Chair, kayo naman po ay taga Bulacan. Pagpasensyahin nyo na po yung Tagalog ko, pero ililiwat ko po sa Tagalog, alang-alang po sa ating mga kababayan. Ang hindi mo magagawang, hindi ganito po. Pasensya na po, ano po. Ang hindi mo direktang magagawa na walang gusot, ay huwag mong idaan sa pagpapalusot. Salamat po, Mr. Chair. Hanggang sa ibang araw para makapagtanong naman ako.
Maraming salamat
po,
Deputy Speaker Marcoleta. Next to interpellate is our NUP President, Congressman PD Barsaga, na binigyan po ng oras ni Congresswoman Sheena Tan, Congressman Eric Yap, at Congressman AA Advincula. Congressman PD Barsaga, you have the floor.
Maraming salamat, Ginoong Chairman. Katulad ni Boying Remulla, medyo malakas ang aking boses. Lumalakas ang aking boses sapagkat ako ay nag-practice at nagturo rin, at nung ako ay nagtuturo, wala pang lapel, kinakailangang sumigaw ako sa loob ng classroom. Kaya ako medyo malakas ang aking boses, humingi ako ng pasensya, pero hindi ako nagagalit. That is my natural voice. Unang-una, sinabi ni Dean Del Castillo na iba ang personalidad ng ABS-CBN kung ikukumpara natin sa ABS-CBN Holdings Corporation. Tama po ba? Okay.
Tama po.
At yung ABS-CBN Corporation, sapagkat ang kanyang negosyo ay tungkol sa mass media, base sa ating saligang batas, kinakailangan 100% ang pagmamay-ari at pamamahala ng ABS-CBN. Tama po ba, Dean Castillo?
Tama
Del
po.
Castillo, tama.
Yeah.
At sa ating corporation code, yun namang ABS-CBN Holdings, hindi naman engaged sa mass media.
Hindi po.
At sapagkat hindi engaged sa mass media, hindi siya napapaloob doon sa pinagbabawal na kinakailangan ang pagmamay-ari at pamamahala ng ABS-CBN Holdings Company ay 100% Pilipino.
Tama po.
At base rin sa ating napag-aralan, meron tayong control test, at sa control test, medyo madali lamang. Titingnan lamang natin kung sino ang mga stockholder, at doon ay malalaman na natin kung 100% Pilipino, depende sa kanilang nationality. Tama po ba?
Tama po.
At binanggit din ng ating kaibigan, si Deputy Speaker Marcoleta, na meron tayong tinatawag na grandfather rule.
Tama po.
At dito sa grandfather rule, kinitingnan natin yung bang nagmay-ari ng ABS-CBN Holding Company ay sila rin ang nagmay-ari ng ABS-CBN Corporation. Kung practically pareho ang nagmay-ari, i-apply natin ang grandfather rule at i-apply natin ang pinagbabawal ng ating saligang batas. Tama po ba?
Tama po.
Okay. Binanggit nyo kanina na ang unang pagkakataon ng ABS-CBN Holding Company ay nag-issue ng PDR noong 1999. Kayo po ba ay connected na sa ABS-CBN Corporation pati na sa ABS-CBN Holding Company noong 1989?
1999 po.
1999.
Kami po yung abogado nung ABS-CBN nung nag-issue ng PDRs
Okay.
in 1999.
At sinabi niyo rin sa pag-uumpisa ng ating hearing ngayong hapon, noong 1999, nagkaroon ng World Economic Crisis. Kinakailangan natin maghanap ng mga investment, hindi lamang sa loob ng Pilipinas, kundi outside the Philippines o sa ibang bansa. Tama po ba?
Tama po.
Okay. At para tayo magkaroon ng investment, dito naisip ng mga manananggol ng ABS-CBN na mag-issue ng PDR.
Hindi lang po ang mga manananggol kasi meron pong mga financial advisors
Okay,
na nakatulong
financial
namin.
advisors. At noong kinonceptualize nyo ang pag-i-issue ng PDR, kasama na ang payo ng inyong financial advisors, alam nyo na itong PDR ay hindi lamang sa mga Filipino citizens, kundi posible na sa mga dayuhan ang magbibigay ng investment.
Tama po yun.
Sapagkat alam nyo na posibleng ang mag-invest ay mga dayuhan, pinag-aralan ba ng mga abogado ng ABS-CBN kung magkakaroon ng paglabag sa saligang batas, yung requirement na 100% Filipino-owned and managed ang ABS-CBN kung ito ay mag-i-issue ng PDR.
Pinag-aralan po yun. Matagal po na pag-aaral yun kasi hindi naman po overnight na desisyonan yung PDRs. Tsaka kung tatanungin nyo po yung tungkol sa ownership ng ABS-CBN Broadcasting Company, kahit ho grandfather rule nyo yan, ABS-CBN Holdings, Lopez Inc., at yung mga pamilya ng mga Lopez, mga Pilipino po yan.
Okay. We will clarify that later. Pangalawa, pinakita nyo ang form ng PDR dito sa aming Kongreso. Yung bang form na PDR na dinala nyo sa amin, yun din ang form na in-issue nyo noong 1999 o mayroong mga pagbabago?
Yun na po yun.
The same.
Okay.
Okay. Nabanggit na rin ng aking mga kasamahan na noong September 29, nag-issue ang ABS-CBN Holdings ng 132 million shares of stock.
PDRs po.
PDR. Okay. At bago nag-issue ang ABS-CBN Holdings ng 132 million shares of stock, yung shares of stock ay nanggaling sa Lopez Incorporated.
Opo.
At tinanong din ng aking kaibigang si Deputy Speaker Marcoleta, ano ang konsiderasyon na ibinayad ng ABS-CBN Holdings Corporation nang sila ay tumanggap ng 132 million shares of stock mula sa ABS-CBN, mula sa Lopez Incorporated.
Binayaran po yun ng tamang halaga. Hindi man po yata cash. Meron pong component yun na utang.
Okay.
Pero binayaran po yun.
Pero binayaran.
Opo.
Maisasubmit nyo ba ang dokumento dito sa ating pagpupulong regarding evidencing how 132 million shares of stock were delivered to ABS-CBN Holdings?
Hahanapin po namin sa records.
Okay.
Pero ang ABS-CBN Broadcasting Company po ay
Okay.
listed shares.
At yon ay binayaran noong September 1999.
Hindi po buong halaga. Meron
Okay.
pong naiwan.
Nabasa ko rin na ang dating pangalan ng ABS-CBN Holdings Corporation ay Wartec Holdings. Tama po ba?
Tama po.
Tama. At base rin sa mga artikulong nabasa ko, yung Wartec Holdings ay in-incorporate noong March 30, 1999.
Tama po.
Tama po.
At noong September 16, 1999, pagkalipas lamang ng ilang buwan, pagkatapos ma-incorporate ang Wartec Holdings Corporation, ito ay pinalitan ng ABS-CBN Holdings Corporation noong September 16, 1999.
Tama po.
Tama. At nabasa ko rin na ang Wartec Corporation nang ito ay in-incorporate noong March 30, 1999, ang authorized capital ay 1,000 piso lamang divided into 1,000 shares of stock with a par value of 1 peso. Tama po ba?
Tanong ko po sa corporate secretary.
Tama ho yun.
Tama po ba? Kaya lamang ang pinagtataka ko, paano nagkaroon ng sufficienting asset ang ABS Holding Corporation para bumili ng 132 million shares of stock? Well, anyway, you have to explain that later. Yung 132 million shares of stock na inilipat ng Lopez Incorporated sa ABS Holdings, yon ang inisyuhan ng PDR. Ang PDR ay 132 million PDRs,
Opo.
representing 132 million shares of stock.
Opo.
Alilinawin ko lang, itong shares of stock, ito ba ay common or preferred shares?
Common shares po ito.
Meron ba itong par value?
Ano po?
Par value or no par value?
1 peso po.
1 peso par value. At magkano naman ang consideration sa pag-i-invest sa isang PDR?
Nung 1999 po, 46 pesos yun.
46
Approximately,
pesos.
oo.
Actually, 45 pesos
45
and 90
something.
centavos. At yung 10 centavos is the so-called exercise or option price.
Opo.
Ano ba ho ang ibig sabihin nitong exercise or option price?
Nung bumili po sila ng PDRs, yung 45 or something pesos po, ay parang deposit nila yon. Pwede nilang i-exercise, ibig sabihin pwede nilang bilhin yung shares underlying the PDRs kung sila ay qualified, at ang kanila na lang ibabayad ay yung exercise price na 10 cents. Kasi nag-deposit na po sila.
Sa madaling sabi, kung ako ang holder ng PDR, nagbayad ako ng 46 pesos, kung gusto ko maging stockholder ng 1 common share, pwede.
Pwede po.
As
Kung
long
qualified
as
po
I
kayo.
am a Filipino citizen.
Opo.
Yon ang nililiwanag nyo kanina.
Opo.
Pangalawa, meron kayong sinasabing security agent. Tama po ba?
Opo.
Sa madaling sabi, meron tayong ABS-CBN Holdings Corporation na ang tanging layunin lamang ay para hawakan ang ABS-CBN shares at para magbenta ng PDR. Tama po ba?
Opo.
At siyempre, kinakailangan nyo ng security agent na siyang magbebenta in other places.
Hindi po. Yung security agent, yun lang po ang humahawak ng 132 million shares.
Okay.
Ang security para sa PDRs.
Let's clarify this. Ano naman ang papel ng Capital International Private Equity Funds na lumalabas sa inyong financial statements? CIPEF.
Ang pagkaalam po namin na i-verify ni Attorney Quezon, sila po ay bumili ng PDRs.
Sila ay bumili ng PDR. Actually, base sa aming research, ang CIPEF is merely a private equity funds, the leading global marketing markets. At ang nagme-may-ari ay ang Capital International Incorporated. Tama po ba?
Tama po siguro yun. Pero
At yung Capital International Incorporated ay hindi Filipino corporation.
tama po yun. Pero ang binili po kasi nila ay PDRs lang. Na
Okay,
pwede
ang binili
lang
nila
po silang-
PDR.
Opo.
Pinapaliwanag nyo kanina na bawat PDR na binibili, kinakailangang mayroong underlying one common share of stock.
Opo.
Kaya yung 132 million PDRs na binili ng CPEP, merong equivalent na 132 million shares of stock ng ABS-CBN. Tama po ba?
Tama po.
Okay. Pagkatapos,
ano lang yun.
kung ako bumili ng PDR, I can exercise my option para maging stockholder ng ABS-CBN sapagkat ako ay Pilipino.
Kung Pilipino po, wala
Okay.
po problema.
Kung foreigner, hindi
Bibenta po
pwedeng bumili.
Hindi po pwede po.
So, assuming na yung 132 million, ang bumiling lahat ay foreigner. So, yung foreigner will never be the owner of the common shares of stock.
Not possible po.
Not. At yung 132 million common shares of stock ay sino ang lalabas na merong legal title?
Ang ABS-CBN Holdings po.
Ang ABS-CBN Holdings.
Opo.
At sa totoo, sapagkat nakapag-issue na ang ABS-CBN Holdings ng 132 million PDR, hindi na pwedeng ibenta ng ABS-CBN Holdings yung 132 million shares of stock na security ng 132 million PDR. Tama po ba?
Tama po, kasi naka-pledge po yun. Sa
Naka-pledge
PDR.
na. Sa madaling sabi, there is a certain limitation. There is a certain control insofar as the shares of ABS-CBN is concerned. Sapagkat yung CPEP, which is an international or which is a foreign corporation, hindi na nila pwedeng ibenta sa mga Pilipinos yung shares of stock.
Unless po mag-exit ang
Hindi nga, kaya nga, hindi po pwede as a rule. Okay.
Hindi po.
Balik tayo. We have the constitutional provision under Section 6 of Article 16, Section 1, regarding 100% Filipino ownership. At bukod dito sa constitutional provision, meron din tayong Section 2 of Presidential Decree 1018 na ating sinusunod na sa mass media kinakailangan 100%.
Opo.
At meron din tayong Republic Act 7042, the Foreign Investments Act. At ang sabi nila, sa Foreign Investments Act, when we have a company engaged in mass communication, katulad ng ABS-CBN, kinakailangan 100% Filipinos.
That's correct po.
Okay. Nabanggit natin kanina yung dalawang kaso. Yung kaso ng Gamboa versus Tebes. Pati na yung kaso ni Roy. Dito, ang pinag-uusapan dito, public utilities.
Yes.
At ang public utilities, ang sinasabi ng ating saligang batas, 60-40.
Opo.
Kaya ang sabi ng Supreme Court, kinakailangan 60% must belong to citizens of the Philippines who have the power of control.
Opo.
Okay. Pero kung pag-uusapan naman natin ABS-CBN, kinakailangan 100% applying the control test.
Opo.
Tama po ba?
That's correct po.
Tama. Yun din ang sinasabi ng ating mga based on the cases. Sa ngayon, alam natin na itong constitutional provision, wala pang definite ruling ang Supreme Court. Whether or not PDRs would be in violation of the Constitution.
There is none po at the moment.
There is none. Pangalawa, meron din tayong asunto ng PDRs involving Rappler.
Opo.
Although sabi nyo, iba ang kaso ng Rappler.
Opo.
Doon sa kaso ng Rappler, sinabi ng Securities and Exchange Commission na violation ng Rappler ang pag-i-issue ng PDR. Yun lamang.
Hindi po yung pag-i-issue ng PDR, yung terms po ng PDR.
Okay, so sa madaling sabi, yung bang PDR na in-issue ng Rappler, kinonsider ng Securities and Exchange Commission as valid, not in violation of the Constitution?
Hindi po sinabing valid yun. Sinasabi lang nila that...
Okay, let's limit the discussion.
Okay.
Ang ginawa ng Securities and Exchange Commission, kinancel ang Articles of Incorporation ng Rappler.
Tama po.
At ang sabi ng SEC, you violated the constitutional provision. Yun lamang. Dinala ng Rappler sa Court of Appeals. At pagdating sa Court of Appeals, ang sabi ng Court of Appeals ay there has been also a violation of the constitutional provision and therefore, baliwala yung PDRs ng Rappler. Of course, ang laging sinasabi ng ABS-CBN, including some of the lawyers, the case of Rappler is different from the case of ABS-CBN. Okay. As of now, ganong karami na ang PDRs issued by ABS-CBN? More or less.
PDRs na. How many PDRs na daw issued? Mga 349 million po.
349 million.
349 million PDR shares. At
The,
itong
the authorized,
340...
Mr. Chairman, the authorized PDRs is about 329 million, but the outstanding, the authorized registered and listed is about 329 million, but 29 million.
329 million. Is that correct, Attorney Quezon? 329 million.
But the
Outstanding,
outstanding is about 290.
290 million. These are shares, Attorney Quezon.
These are PDRs, Your Honor.
PDRs, yes. What would be the value per PDR? If that's 329 million authorized, 290 million, what would be the value of each?
Your Honor, may market value po yan. At the time it was issued, mga 46 po yan binenta. Pero currently, we understand na ang value niyan sa merkado is only about 15 pesos.
15 pesos.
Now po.
When you... Congressman Bersaga, I think your mic is off. But let me just, when it was issued at 46 pesos, how much was the common share that time, the local, of the ABS-CBN Corporation?
About that price, Your Honor.
46?
About that price.
46 din po.
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead,
Or
Congressman
slightly
Bersaga.
lower.
Please continue. Thank you po, ABS-CBN.
So, ang outstanding na PDR ng ABS-CBN is for 290 million.
As of March 31, 2020, it's 298,827,100 PDRs.
At kung i-compute natin yan times 46, it would amount to how many billions or trillions of pesos?
Mr. Chairman, are you asking the chair to compute?
Yes, please. I don't have any, hindi abot yung aking cellphone sa dami ng zero na kinakailangan. More or less, how much?
I think we just want to have a figure. We don't have to be exact about it. So
Yes,
200
more or less lang, ballpark figure. Assuming na 46.
It's 13.3 billion at 46, Your Honor.
13.3
billion pesos. Billion.
billion. Okay. Itong 290 million PDRs, meron tong security na 290 million common shares of stock.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Kasi kung ako naman ang bibili, pwede ba PDR na lang bibiling ko? Ano value niyan? Kinakailangan merong pledge of security na isang common share of stock ng ABS-CBN na ang halaga at the time is assuming 46 pesos. Tama po ba?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And based on your records right now, itong 290 million shares of stock, how many are owned by, were sold, or how many are owned by, not owned, how many, ilan ang porsyento na foreigners ang investor? Para wala tayong problema sa whether sale, etc.
Yung shares po ng ABS-CBN Broadcasting, wala pong foreigner dun. Walang foreigner.
Hindi nga, alam
Mr.
nga
Chair,
natin.
ang
Pero ang
tinatanong po
sinasabi ko, yung PDR.
Mr. Chair,
Yung PDR na inisyu yung 290 million. Ganong karaming PDR ang nag-invest ay mga foreigner.
sa ABS-CBN Holdings po, gaano po karami? Yung po ang tanong ni Congressman Barsaga.
Mr. Chairman, the total non-Filipinos as of March 31 is 62.6% of
62.
of the total outstanding PDRs.
So kung 290 million, 60% would amount to approximately
Mga 180 million. No? About 180 million
about 180 million PDRs
PDRs are owned by non-Filipinos.
are owned by non-Filipinos.
Yes.
Kasama na po ba dyan yung dun po sa Lopez Holdings? Iba pa ho yun.
Iba po yan.
Iba pa ho yun.
That's a
But it's
different-
also listed anyway. Nandun po nakadeclare na yung non-Filipino sa Lopez Holdings.
Lopez Inc. ho yung, which Lopez Holdings, Mr. Chairman?
Lopez Holdings, in the Lopez Holdings, there are PDRs. No, Lopez Inc. is not a listed company. Lopez Holdings is the listed company.
Iba pa ho yun.
So, iba pa.
Ibang,
Go ahead.
I think it's a different PDR.
Oh, it's not the ABS-CBN PDRs?
Yeah.
But it's in the Declaration of Stockholders Meeting that Lopez Holdings are selling PDRs for ABS-CBN Corporation. I read it earlier for the record.
Lopez Inc. ho yan, Mr. Chairman.
Lopez Inc. So there are PDRs in Lopez Inc.
Sa Pilipino yun.
Lopez Inc. is a shareholder of ABS-CBN Corporation.
That's correct. Yes. So, but in the declaration that you had, is the PDR lodged at Lopez Inc. or Lopez Holdings?
ABS-CBN Holdings. Ho. ABS-CBN Holdings is the issuer of the PDRs.
Yes. So there are no ABS-CBN PDRs in Lopez Holdings nor Lopez Inc. I think you better
Wala,
check
wala.
the website of Lopez Holdings. Na klarong-klaro po doon na may, although hindi po malinaw.
That's a different arrangement. Ho.
Go ahead, Congressman Barsaga.
Medyo nalimutan ko na, pasensya na. Ganong karami yung pag-aari ng mga foreign nationals na PDRs?
As of March 31 nga ho, it's 187,080,141.
187 million
80,141.
800
41 PDRs.
187,841 PDRs.
187,080,141.
Okay, let's just round it up. 187 million. And this 187 million, there is an underlying share of stock common equivalent also to 187 million. Tama po ba?
Yes.
At ito
Mr.
namang
Chairman.
187 million shares of stock which serve as the pledge of 187 million PDRs cannot be sold to the foreigners.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. And because this 187 million shares of stocks secured the PDRs issued to foreigners, ABS-CBN Holdings cannot sell to another person, even Filipino citizens, this 187 million shares of stock unless yung foreigner ay ibebenta o i-dispose of ang kanyang PDR. Tama po ba?
Because it's covered by a pledge. Your
Ha?
Honor. Because it's covered by a pledge. Your Honor.
What?
It is covered by a pledge.
Covered by a pledge.
And because it is covered by a pledge, the hands of ABS-CBN Holding is tied by that pledge. Hindi nila pwedeng ibenta yan. Yung 187 million shares of stock, kahit na pag-aari pa ng ABS-CBN Holdings, sapagkat ito ay covered ng PDRs na binili ng mga foreigners. Tama ba?
Tama po.
That is the basic, because pledge is a security. And as security, you cannot dispose of it. Tama?
Tama po. But he
And to a
continues.
certain extent, the shares of ABS-CBN in the sum of 187 million covering the 187 million PDRs, ABS-CBN, even the holding company, cannot sell that.
Cannot
And
po.
therefore, insofar as the ownership of ABS-CBN, that will be the issue which we shall discuss as to whether or not there is a violation of the constitutional provision. Kasi ang sinasabi natin, and I think all the lawyers would agree, when it comes to ABS-CBN, it should be zero control of the foreigner. And when we speak of control, anything that limits the shareholding or restricts the right would amount to control. Ewan ko kung yan ang maging posisyon ng ABS-CBN. But as far as I'm concerned, based on the cases decided, it seems that that would be the decision of our courts.
Pero po, yung restriction not to sell is really because of the pledge. So in any pledge instrument po,
Kaya
hindi
nga,
po yung pwede.
nagkakaintindihan na tayo. Yung 187 million shares of stock, yun ang security
Opo.
para doon sa 187 million PDRs. Bagamat ang may-ari ng 187 million shares of stock is still ABS-CBN, sapagkat hindi naman pwedeng i-exercise ng foreigner yung option to purchase because that is prohibited under the Constitution, restricted ang right ng ABS-CBN para ibenta yung 187 million shares. Tama po ba?
Tama po yun. Although he continues to exercise ownership, kanya din po ang dividendo, tuloy-tuloy.
No,
po siya.
but you know the ruling. I understand that you are a reviewer in civil law. And one of the attributes of ownership will be to dispose the thing which he owned. Pero ang problema rito, yung ABS-CBN Holdings, they cannot dispose of that 187 million shares because naka-pledge nga eh. Kasi kung ikaw naman ang foreigner, hindi ka bibili ng PDR unless there is a security and that security is that one common share of stock. Tama po ba?
Agree po that there is a restriction on your right to dispose. Pero it is also po a principle of ownership that if you want to restrict your right by pledging or encumbering it, then it is also part of your ownership right to encumber those shares.
Okay, kaya nga sinasabi natin, there is a restriction insofar as the ownership of the shares of stock of ABS-CBN is concerned. Tama po ba?
Tama po. But
And
it
if
can,
there is a restriction, to a certain extent, there is control. And the control comes from the investment made by the foreigners representing the PDRs which they have purchased. At ang sinasabi natin, corporate layering, at ito ang Latin maxim ni Deputy Speaker Marcoleta, as held in the case of Tawang case, that what cannot be done directly cannot be done indirectly. Kasi kung bumbuhan nito ABS-CBN, sila nagbenta ng shares of stock, definitely there will be a violation.
Thank you,
But anyway,
Congressman
I'll start
Barsaga.
from there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Attorney Del Castillo. Thank you for the very enlightening discussion that you had, Honorable Barsaga. And let me just call the attention of ABS-CBN. I have here the December 20, 2013 announcement in the SEC Form 17C. This is part of the Lopez Holdings page, wherein you said Lopez Holdings Corporation entered a memorandum of agreement with Lopez Inc. for the subscription to Philippine deposit receipts to be issued by Lopez Inc., exercisable into 34,702,140 common shares in ABS-CBN Corporation. Lopez Holdings Corporation's total investment in the deposit receipts amount to 1.5 billion, which it sourced from internally generated funds and a short-term loan. So there is the Lopez Holdings. Again, I reiterate my point earlier to the chairman, if you can give us also the documents in Lopez Holdings Inc. and Lopez Inc., because what we have now are only ABS-CBN Broadcasting Corporation and ABS-CBN Holdings. If possible, Attorney Quezon. You're also
Yes,
the corporate sec.
We will submit, Your Honor.
Thank you. So just like to clarify, it's in the website of Lopez Holdings Corporation. Of course, Lopez Inc. is not there because it's not a publicly listed corporation. So we now proceed to...
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Congressman...
Earlier, Congressman Marcoleta alluded to and read portions of the prospectus dated January 6, 2014. Can we stipulate as to the existence of this document, 112 pages? Because it was not submitted by ABS-CBN into the record, so that we can make it part of the record, and an admission on the part of ABS-CBN.
Thank you for that, Congressman Rimulya. Kindly submit to us the prospectus that you gave, which was earlier read by the Honorable Marcoleta. Thank you, Congressman Rimulya. The next congressman to ask questions or manifestation is Congresswoman Josephine Ramirez Sato. There was also time given by the Honorable Deputy Speaker Vilma Santos and Congresswoman Joy Tambunting. The Honorable Josephine Sato is recognized. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Some of my questions have been asked, and I will not ask them anymore. So may I direct my questions to the Commissioner of the Securities and Exchange Commission?
Commissioner Amatong. Go ahead, Congressman Sato.
Commissioner, are you there?
We are here.
Opo, kasi gusto ko lamang pong balikan at iklaro yung PDR at yung shares of stock. Kasi po, marami na kaninang nag-define what a PDR is. They, a lot, or practically everybody said that PDR is a financial instrument and considered as security or equity derivative. Totoo po ba yun?
Yes, Your Honor, it is a security, not considered a share of stock, Your Honor.
So it is clear that the PDR is not a share of stock. It is, and I will quote the implementing rules of the Securities Regulation Code. It says that a derivative with respect to equity securities is a financial instrument whose value depends on the interest in or performance of an underlying security but, which does not require any investment of principal in the underlying security. Is that a correct definition?
Yes, Your Honor, that is the under the 2015 rules and regulations of the Securities Regulation Code. You are muted, Your Honor. Your Honor, you are muted.
Sorry. So it is clear po, as you said, PDR is not a share of stock. But PDR is secured by a share of stock. So dalawa po itong pinag-uusapan natin, yung PDR at yung underlying security. Totoo po ba yun?
That is correct, Your Honor. That is correct.
So we have to differentiate the two, the PDR and the underlying security, which is the share of stock.
Yes,
So,
Your Honor.
yes. So ito po kanina ay naitanong na kay Dean Del Castillo, but I would like to ask it from you because you are here as a representative of the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Okay, Your Honor.
It is very common. We have repeated time and again that PDR is not a share of stock. But just to make clear, I would just want to make a run-through of the full beneficial ownership or the right granted to the shareholders or owners of shares of stock under the revised corporation code. That the holder of a PDR have the right to issuance of a stock certificate.
If it only if it exercises option, Your Honor, you have right to deliver.
Yeah, but I'm asking you if the PDR is still with a holder.
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
We have the right to demand that a share of stock be issued in his name and be registered in the books of the corporation.
Not as a PDR holder, Your Honor. Only if it.
So does he have the right to have the transfer in his favor recorded in the stock and transfer book of the corporation?
No, Your Honor, unless it exercises option right.
Does he have the right to be informed of the annual or special meetings of the corporation as provided for in Section 49 of the Corporation Code?
No, Your Honor.
Does he have the right to participate in the annual or special meetings of the corporation as provided for in Section 49 of the Corporation Code?
No, Your Honor.
Does he have the right to vote on the following matters? One, does he have the right to vote in the elections of the Board of Directors?
No, Your Honor.
Does he have the right to vote on the extension or shortening of the corporate term of the corporation?
No, Your Honor.
Does he have the right to vote on the issue of increase or decrease of capital stock of the corporation as provided for in Section 37 of the Corporation Code?
No, Your Honor.
Does he have the right to vote on the issue of creation or increase of bonded indebtedness of the corporation?
No, Your Honor.
Does he have the right to vote on the sale or other disposition of assets under Section 39 of the Corporation Code?
No, Your Honor.
Does he have the right to vote on a planned merger or consolidation of the corporation under Section 75 of the Corporation Code?
No, Your Honor.
Does he have the right to vote on the amendments, proposed amendments of bylaws of the corporation?
No, Your Honor.
Does he have the right to be elected as a director of the corporation?
No, Your Honor.
Does he have the right to be elected as president of the corporation?
No, Your Honor.
Does he have the right to vote for the removal of directors of the corporation?
No, Your Honor.
Does he have the power to inspect and demand reproduction of corporate books and records?
No, Your Honor.
Does he have the right to be furnished the financial statements of the corporation?
No, Your Honor.
Does he have the appraisal rights as provided for under Section 80 of the corporation?
No, Your Honor.
So it is very clear, Mr. Commissioner, that the holder of the PDR does not have the basic right of a shareholder of the underlying security or the underlying corporation.
That is correct, Your Honor. The holder of the underlying corporation.
So it is again very clear that the PDR is separate and distinct from the underlying security or the shares of stock.
Yes, Your Honor. That is correct.
Okay. And you earlier stated that the PDRs of the Raptor was invalidated because it provides that it imposes obligations to both the holding company and the PDR holders to consult the holders of the PDRs before the corporation can amend its charter. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Consult the approval of at least thirds of our holders.
Two-thirds. Yes. Earlier, it was mentioned that there is this provision in the PDR instrument of the ABS-CBN that gives the right to the holder and the issuer to amend the terms of the PDR. Is that allowed?
Your Honor, if you are talking about the abrogation rights mentioned in point 7 of the sample PDR, this provision only provides that the rights may be varied or abrogated by instrument or other agreement executed by the issuer, which is the holding company, the proposed variation approved by a majority of holders. So, an amendment to the contractual agreement, a novation of the contractual agreement by consent of both issuer and third of the.
So it only affects solely the terms of reference or the terms of the contract, which is embodied in the PDR, and it does not in any way affect the underlying share. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor, yes.
So it is this provision in the PDR of ABS-CBN is different, way different from that provision which can be found in the PDR of Rappler. Is that correct?
There is no corresponding either the ABS-CBN or the May 7 PDRs that are the same, the Rappler provision, which requires both Rappler holdings and to obtain, to first have this the PDR holder and obtain the approval of two-thirds before it can otherwise change by its articles of incorporation or bylaws.
That is very correct, and that's very clear. Thank you very much, Mr. Commissioner. So let's go back to the PDR. Under the law and under the terms of the PDR as issued by ABS-CBN, there are two basic rights of the holder of PDR. That is, to share in the cash distribution, and secondly, the right to convert the PDR to share of stock if he is qualified under the Philippine law. Is that correct, Mr. Commissioner?
According to the terms of the that is correct, Your Honor, based on the terms and conditions of the PDR.
And if and when the PDR holder does not exercise the right to convert the PDR into a share of stock, then the ownership of the underlying security remains with the issuer. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Based on the terms are the underlying, the ownership of the underlying shares remain with the issuer of the PDR case, SCBN Holdings Corporation.
And having the issuer, ABN CBN Holdings, retaining all the rights of a owner or the registered owner of the stock, he exercises all the powers and the rights which I have read to you earlier. Is that correct?
That's correct.
To vote, the right. So there is no diminution of the rights granted by law to the registered owner of the shares of stock.
That's our understanding, Your Honor.
Okay. There is no diminution because the owner, as registered owner of the underlying shares, still holds it as his own.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yeah. Earlier, you mentioned or you also answered about the PCD or the Philippine Central Depository Company. Can you, because you were not able to completely expound on it earlier, can you tell me what is the nature of this corporation?
The PCD nominee corporation that essentially acts as a trustee for all of the shares that are now traded on the Philippine Stock Exchange. By itself, PCD nominee corporation do anything for itself. All the shares that are traded on the Philippine Stock Exchange electronically are lodged in the legal title is with PCD corporation, and this is to facilitate trading. In the old days, when were in paper format, in order to sell your share of stock, you would place a sell order with your broker, and if your broker sold it, you would have to sign the paper document and then give it to your broker, and then it would be transmitted to the buyer in exchange for the cash. Today, Your Honor, all of the shares of stock are lodged in the name of PCD Nominee Corporation, so that once the sell order is made, PCD Nominee Corporation will essentially separate the share of stock, and when the cash payment is made by the buyer, it is transmitted. That share is transferred into the name of the buyer without the selling shareholder having to sign any paper document. Your Honor, you're on mute, Your Honor. Nakamute po kayo.
So it's very clear, Mr. Commissioner, that ang PCB company nominee is just a trustee of the underlying share, right?
Yes,
And
Your Honor.
while the shares of stock, which are the underlying security of the PDR, are in the possession of effective possession of the PCB company nominee, the ownership and all the rights pertaining to a particular share are still lodged with the issuer of those shares. Is that correct?
All the rights of the shareholder are the shareholder of the share. You are correct that PC Corporation is in effect trustee only of the shares or of the shareholder. However,
ang PCB po ay humahawak lamang ng mga shares of stock na para kung i-exercise na ng PDR holder yung kanyang right to convert the PDR into a share of stock ay nandiyan at available yan. Totoo po yun.
Tama po yun. Plus, multiple layers of requirement to make hindi nga mapunta sa foreigner yung share of stock. The PCB nominee should determine that the to transfer their shares will not result in a transfer of the ABS CBN Broadcasting Corporation share.
So it is a safeguard so that all the requirements and the provisions of the Constitution and the law are protected and respected. Is that correct?
It is built into and there is a mechanism to ensure that the shares transferred, the shares in the underlying corporation are not transferred to a foreigner, Your Honor. That's correct.
Okay. So that is a safety net or a safety measure to assure that the constitutional prohibition on the sale of shares to foreigners are protected and not violated. So let's go to we earlier stated that the second right of the PDR holder is the right to convert the PDR to shares of stock if he is qualified. So, dalawa pong bagay ito. Yung pag-exercise ng right to convert the PDR into a shares of stock. Yung pag-exercise ng right to convert ng isang Pilipino. Ano po yung proseso na sinusunod para ma-exercise ng isang Pilipino na holder ng PDR na i-convert niya yung kanyang PDR into a shares of stock?
Under the terms of the PDR, Philippine PDR holder should of 10 centavos. I don't know if it and the ABS-CBN Holdings Corporation to determine his qualification to the share of stock of the underlying company after he pays the price.
So wala pong problema kung ang mag-exercise ng right to convert ay isang Pilipino.
Tama po yun. Based on the PDR, tama.
Ulit lang po, sir, kasi nagsa-choppy na po yung sinabi niyo. I did not get your last statement.
You are correct, Your Honor. In the PDRs, that is how it's supposed to work.
nagkakaroon po ng diskusyon or issue ay kung ang mag-e-exercise ng right to convert this PDR into a share of stock ay kung yan ay isang foreigner. Totoo po yan.
Tama po yun. However, conditions, terms of the PDR that are intended to ensure that a foreigner shares in the underlying company. I would just like to stress po, my statements are based on the representation in the PDR, but in other cases, we would not know what habang nangyayari.
Pakiulit lang po. Kasi choppy po yung dating. Pakiulit lang po.
Yeah. Your Honor, when the PDR holders, whether it's a foreigner, exercise their rights, they do not, the actual process is monitored by the SEC. So my statements are based on the regulations in the PDRs themselves.
Okay. But it is provided for in the PDR and in the PDR instrument that if the PDR holder is a foreigner, he does not have the right to acquire or to convert his PDR into a share. And his only right is to get the proceeds of the sale of the underlying share. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, or direct that to a qualified holder, to a qualified shareholder.
So, 5.3 po, condition 5.3 of the PDR instrument of the ABS-CBN specifically states that if the PDR holder is a foreigner and he exercises the PDR, the only right he has is to receive the net profits of the sale of the underlying ABS-CBN share after it is sold through an eligible broker in the open market or the PSC. Is that correct?
Tama po yun, under 5.3, Your Honor.
Yes. So, the share has to be sold through an eligible broker in an open market or at the Philippine Stock Exchange. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. At this time, Your Honor, the Philippine Stock Exchange is the open market referred to here.
Oh, it is. Sir, before I go back to you, can I ask if there is a representative from the Philippine Stock Exchange?
Bago po sumagot ang representative mula sa Philippine Stock Exchange, ay papalahanan ko lang po si Congresswoman Josephine Sato na lumagpas na po tayo sa takdang oras natin na 20 minutes. Kayo po ma'am ay nakakonsume na ng 24 minutes. Sumobra na po tayo ng 4 minutes. Kaya po sana pagkatapos po sumagot ng PSE ay magbigay na po kayo ng inyong huling katanungan o kaya huling pahayag. Maraming salamat po, Congressman Sato. PSE, you're now recognized.
The PSC, where is the PSC representative, please?
Congresswoman Sato, wala na po yata yung taga-PSE. Congresswoman Sato, wala na po yung taga-PSE.
kung wala po, pwede po akong bumalik kay Commissioner Amatong at kung pwede niya pong sagutin yung aking tatanong sa PSC.
Maaari po, pagkatapos pong sumagot ng SEC, ay kung maaari po ibigay niyo na po ang inyong huling katanungan o kaya po ang inyong huling pahayag. Maraming salamat po.
I will try to answer, Your Honor.
So when a particular share is sold in an open market, or as you said, in the Philippine Stock Exchange, what is the participation of the foreign PDR holder in the sale of the stock, the underlying stock at the PSC?
Aside from exercising his option, wala na po.
Wala na po. He cannot identify the buyer of the shares that will be sold.
He cannot identify the buyer, Your Honor, or dictate the price. Ibibenta na lang po ng qualified broker on the market at kung ano man yung presyo na benta niya, yun po ang tatanggapin dapat ng PDR holder.
So, klaro po na walang participation sa sale ng underlying shares sa PSC yung foreign PDR holder.
Under the terms of the PDR po, that is the representation process. Tama po.
Okay, that will be all. And if there is a second round, then I would just want to manifest my intention to ask further questions later. That will be all, Mr. Chairman.
Maraming salamat po, Congresswoman Josephine Sato. At para po sa huling magtatanong, last but not the least, Congressman Ron Salo. Congressman Salo, you're now recognized. You have the floor.
Maraming salamat po, Chairman. Magandang gabi po sa bawat po sa atin. Magiging mabilis na lang po ito dahil alam ko late na and direct to the point na po ako. Una po, para sa ABS-CBN, kay Dean Castillo, mabilis lang po ito. Dean Castillo, magandang gabi po sa inyo.
Magandang gabi po.
Apo. Tanong ko lang po, what is the primary purpose ng pag-issue ng PDR?
It's purely for financing po.
So basically for financing po ito. So
Apo.
pagkalap po ng investment para doon sa ABS-CBN Corporation Broadcasting, tama po ba yun?
Para po sa ABS-CBN Holdings, meron po silang mga obligasyon, may mga pagkakautang, at yung balance, they invested in ABS-CBN Broadcasting.
Yes, because I understand ABS-CBN Holdings based nasa website po is 37.61% ang pagmamayari po nito sa ABS-CBN Corporation Broadcasting. Tama po ba?
Yung PDR po?
Yes. No,
Yeah.
yung ownership ng ABS-CBN Holdings, 37.61%.
Tama po yun. ABS-CBN Holdings owns 34.67% of the shares in ABS-CBN Corporation.
And Dean Castillo, basically ABS-CBN, nabanggit na rin po kanina, ulitin ko lang po, its shares are publicly traded. Tama po ba?
Tama po yan.
Ang ibig sabihin po ba nito, kahit sino pwedeng bumili for as long as they're Filipinos?
Kahit sino po pwedeng bumili sa merkado for as long as he is qualified.
So basically, yung ABS-CBN Corporation po, kapag nag-issue po siya ng kanyang shares publicly, that's also part ng pagkuha ng investment from the public. Tama po ba yun?
Tama po yun.
Napansin ko itong Capital International, binanggit niyo po kanina, 132 million PDRs ang binili po niya. Bakit PDRs? Hindi na lang po shares ng ABS-CBN Corporation. In as much as publicly traded naman po siya.
Yeah, ano lang po yun. The investment is in the form of PDRs.
Yes. So, pero, had it been, bakit kaya? Bakit hindi siya bumili? Dahil nabanggit din kanina, foreign corporation po siya? So, hindi siya qualified?
Hindi po, kaya po PDRs po ang kanyang binili. So,
Hindi
it's,
pwede.
it's,
So basically, I really have this impression sa totoo lang that we resorted to this particular creative way, I suppose same with the other fellow congressman din, dahil mayroong prohibition na 100% ownership. At itong mga foreigners po natin that you mentioned a while ago, 187 million shares, PDR, na may kalakip na shares doon sa ABS-CBN Corporation, because in the first place, they cannot participate, they cannot purchase the shares. So it's through PDR. Tama po ba yun?
that's correct. They are limited to buying the financial instruments.
So basically, ulitin ko na lang po din yung mga binabanggit natin kanina dahil hindi po sila qualified. Umpisa pa lang binabanggit that what cannot be legally done directly cannot be done indirectly. If acts that cannot be legally done directly can be done indirectly, then all laws would be also illusory. Inuulit ko lang po yung binanggit ko nila kanina. So pupunta naman po ako sa SEC kay Commissioner Amatong. Commissioner, magandang gabi. Mabilis lang din po ito. Sa kasalukuyan po ba, anong mga company ang nag-i-issue ng PDR? Philippine companies.
Good evening po, Congressman. Tulad ng sinabi ko po kanina, malalaman lang po namin na nag-issue ng PDR ay yung pong nagre-register with the SEC. Yung pong nag-offer to the public or to more than 19 people ng PDRs nila. Sa ngayon, sa pagkakaalam namin, it's only GMA7 and ABS-CBN that have registered PDRs with us. However, there may be others who have issued PDRs that are not registered with the SEC. Tulad ng RAP.
Thank you. So sa naglista lang po sa inyo, so far dalawa lang po.
Tama po yun, Congressman.
Ano yung isa? ABS-CBN?
GMA7, Your Honor.
GMA7. So parehong nasa media related, media companies, media entities na parehong may prohibition din. Basically, sa tanong shares.
That's correct, Your Honor, as registered with us.
Okay. Thank you. Pangalawa, possible ba, babalik ako doon sa ABS-CBN Holdings, that ABS-CBN Holdings will own 100% the ABS-CBN Broadcasting Corporation? Possible ba yun?
Kung bibilin po nila yung shares ng ABS-CBN Corporation pa.
Possible. Possible also that the board of directors ng ABS-CBN Corporation and ABS-CBN Holding are one and the same.
So same rin po. I do not know right now, Your Honor, if the boards are
so
the
same. Just say, you know. And possible then that the members of the board would be the same and the shareholders would be the same. Possible. Possible also to have yung sa ngayon kasi yung PDR na ini-issue po nila based doon sa holdings ng ABS-CBN Holdings. Yun yung may PDR. Pero may equivalent po siya na share doon sa ABS-CBN Corporation. So possible din po ba na all the shares ng ABS-CBN Broadcasting Corporation to have equivalent PDRs?
Well, so ngayon, hindi po yun yung but I suppose, Your Honor.
Possible. And possible also to sell all the inter-PDRs to foreigners.
Possible, I suppose, Your Honor.
Possible. Even to Chinese nationals, even to Russians or whoever, Africans, for as long as, because it's already PDR, tawag po natin doon, dahil doon sa binabanggit niyo kanina, na wala namang quote-unquote share, hindi naman sila nagmamayari ng share, quote-unquote, PDR yung hawak nila, possible.
The PDRs, Your Honor, can be sold to anyone.
To anybody. As far as yes. Doon sa, pupunta po ako doon sa binabanggit na limitations kanina. At any rate, yung amendment ng Articles of Incorporation ba, kapag in-amend mo yon, is that an exercise of ownership? An attribute of the exercise of an ownership?
Yung, in order for a corporation to amend its Articles of Incorporation, the majority of the shareholders must
yes. It's a simple question. Yung pag-amend ba ng articles ng incorporation mo na kung yung kumpanya, is that an exercise of ownership?
I would say so, Your Honor.
Is that also an exercise of management?
Maybe not, Your Honor.
Kapag in-amend mo yung articles of incorporation mo?
With the board,
Yes.
ano ba?
Possible. Can
Management
that
of
be
the
considered?
corporation, Your Honor,
Yes. Can that be considered also an exercise of management by the board over its articles of incorporation?
the board
The company-
would normally propose, Your Honor, it would have to be approved by the shareholders.
Yes. Bylaws, pag in-amend mo yung bylaws mo, would that also constitute an exercise of your ownership over the company?
Yes, Your Honor, I would say so, Your Honor. I would agree.
Same with management, I suppose.
The bylaws, the management may propose, Your Honor, the shareholders would have to approve.
No, I mean an exercise of management.
By the shareholders, Your Honor, you could probably
Disposition
say
of
that.
shares. Disposition of shares. I suppose it's also an exercise of ownership, tama ba?
Opo,
You dispose. Yes.
by the owner of the shares. Opo.
Going into the negative, kapag pinigilan ka para gawin yon, would that constitute also an exercise? Positive or negative?
Your Honor, what can you be more specific? For example, Your Honor, the law prohibits the sale of shares
No.
of mass media companies to ano.
If someone, they prohibit you from doing it from your own company, what would that amount to?
How would that work, Your Honor?
So, kanina, positive. You amend your articles, that's an exercise.
If the shareholders vote not to amend, that is, the vote not to amend is also an exercise of ownership, Your Honor.
Yes, that's also an exercise. But also, because they cannot do it because they imposed something on themselves, that's also an exercise of that particular ownership. Tama ba? Yes.
The shareholders impose something on themselves, Your Honor.
Then, and yet, in your honest opinion, dun sa binabanggit ko nga kanina, even if the holding company ngayon did all this, possible entire PDRs, ibenta niya sa foreigners, dahil magkaiba lang ano, wala pa rin kayang, in your honest opinion, hindi pa rin ba ito mag-amount to circumvention of the violation or constitutional provision? I suppose kapag nag-issue ka sa PDR sa kung wala namang constitutional provision yon, it doesn't really matter. Pero, in this particular case, when there's that particular requirement of the Constitution that completely 100% owned lang siya, and yet, through the use of this PDR, binanggit din kanina, because they cannot get investments from foreigners, you share it, you creatively come up with a PDR in order for you to be able to receive certain investments from them. Then yung tanong ko rin kanina, then that particular PDRs can also be sold to foreigners, entirely of it, even to nationals, and even to Chinese or Russians or Africans, and yet, ang tanong doon, would that still not amount possibly to circumvention of the Constitution?
Your Honor, let me first say that is the question that is pending with the Supreme Court, Your Honor, whether or not the sale of the PDRs is tantamount to transfer of ownership. And as I explained kanina, Your Honor, we will defer to the Supreme Court. Let me then try to answer your question, Your Honor, in the spirit nga of this legislative hearing in aid of legislation. Meron naman po mga pinapayagang pamamaraan para kumuha ng investment. For example, Your Honor, if the corporation were to sell bonds or indebtedness to foreigners, sa pagkakaintindi po namin, hindi naman po pinagbabawalan ng Constitution yon. So, obtaining investment from foreigners is not necessarily violative of the Constitution. Ang katanungan po talaga dito is whether this form of investment is, as you mentioned, a violation of the Constitution, and that is the very question pending in the Supreme Court right now in the case initiated by the Office of the Solicitor General.
Congressman Salo, Commissioner Amatong, one quick interjection.
Maraming salamat po, Commissioner, sa inyong sagot.
Congressman Salo, one quick interjection lang.
That, for example, indebtedness, na hindi naman po ito mag-amount to any violation of the Constitution.
Congressman,
nonetheless, thank you very much, Chairman. The way I really looked at it, kagaya po ng binanggit ko po kanina, Chairman, dahil ito yung pamamaraan na ginamit po nila, babalik na lang po tayo doon sa original na umpisa ng pag-uusap na ito, yung binanggit po ninyo kanina that what cannot legally be done directly cannot be done indirectly. If acts that cannot be legally done directly can be done indirectly, then all laws would be illusory. Maraming salamat po, Chairman.
thank you. One quick question. Thank you, Congressman Salo. Mr. Chairman, one quick question lang po.
Yes, Vice Chairman Mike Defensor. Isang question lang
Isa
po.
lang po. Commissioner Amatong, yung po bang PDR, because listed company, pinapa-approve sa inyo yung PDR instrument. Tama po ba?
Yung PDR instrument po ay pinapa-approve po sa
Apo.
SEC. Tama po.
Pero kung sino pong bibili noon, kung saan ibebenta, hindi nyo po alam yun. Hindi nyo na po ina-approve yun. Bahala na po sila.
That is correct, Your Honor. That was the point I was trying to make kanina, that in the actual buying and selling, that's not reported to the SEC. It's really our self-regulatory organizations, the PSE and the PDTC, that are aware of the actual transfers.
Thank you po. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If there are no more interpreters, Mr. Chairman, if you will allow me, I will already move for a suspension or an adjournment, Mr. Chairman. It is up to your wisdom.
There's a motion. Sandali po, bago ko muna payagan ang motion ni Congressman Mike Defensor, ipapaalala ko lang po na sa susunod natin na hearing ay dadako na po tayo sa mga susunod na issue ng ABS-CBN patungkol pa rin po sa pagiging sa constitutionality pa rin ng ABS-CBN, kung ang pagkakabalik ba o ang pagkakakuha ba muli ng Lopez family sa ABS-CBN matapos ang EDSA Revolution noong 1986 ay nakasaayon sa ating konstitusyon. Sakali pong matatapos ang usaping ito at inaasahan po natin na magiging mabilis lang ang usapan natin sa usaping ito, tayo naman po ay dadako sa constitutionality, whether or not it's unconstitutional, yung 50 years po o lumagpas na ba na 50 years na franchise ng ABS-CBN. Sakali naman po na matatapos po natin yung dalawang usaping iyon, ay maaari na po tayong dumako sa usapin ng black box at ng sky cable na nakapatungkol pa rin po sa prangkisa ng ABS-CBN. Ang susunod po nating hearing ay gagawin po natin sa Lunes, 1 p.m. dito pa rin po sa plenary at via Zoom.
Mr. Chairman, with the indulgence of the members of the committee, I move to suspend the hearing until Monday, 1 p.m. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
There's a motion, duly seconded. Hearing no objections, the hearing is suspended.